Alright, hello, welcome back to the Undercity Coliseum tournament. In our first round we came up a little bit short against a Jeskai control deck, which was a bit of an unfavorable matchup for our Monored deck. Today we're moving into round 2. We're going to face Kalm, and our opponent Kalm is playing a Dimir Surveil deck. So I think our matchup against Dimir is a little bit more favorable. It's one of the matchups that I absolutely don't mind going up against with our mono-red aggro list. Once the match is underway, we'll have our mono-red aggro list over here in the side. So let me just go ahead and pull up the baseline of the list right here. The Cascade is the tournament build. So if we look here, we see 4 Fanatical Firebrand, 4 E2 Lava Runner, 4 Shock, 4 Lightning Strike, 4 Runaway Steamkin, 3 Flame of Keld, 4 Pyromancer, 4 Chain Whirler, 2 Risk Factor, 4 Wizard's Lightning, 2 Experimental Frenzy, capped off with 21 Mountains. We've got some choices in the sideboard. I don't think we're going to be bringing much in our sideboard in this matchup. I might bring in the Fight with Fire depending on how the matchup goes, just if I need to kill any bigger bodied creatures that I end up having a little bit too much trouble with. Aside from the Fight with Fires, I don't think we're going to be bringing Karn in this matchup. Don't think we need Lava Coil, though Lava Coil might actually come in handy too if we have a little bit too much trouble with something like Etrata. He's probably going to try and bring in just a little bit more hand disruption, a little bit more kill spells. He's a little bit short on the interaction here, I'd say. He's got 4 Thought Erasures, 3 Cast Down, 1 Sinister Sabotage main board. He's got the remaining Sinister Sabotage in his sideboard plus 2 Murders. So we'll have a decent amount of interaction. Ultimately, I think we ought to be able to just run completely under this deck. Thoughtbound Phantasm is going to be one of the things that can give us the most problems here. The Dimir Spybug is also a little bit of a problem here. But ultimately, I think I should be able to control the ground early. I have 0 interest in bringing in my Rekindling Phoenix in this matchup. The most important thing in this match is just to turbo. I need to get completely under this opponent if I want to have a chance to win this match and get back to 1-1 overall in the tournament. In the time since my first matchup, I've had a couple weeks playing in the Ether Hub tournaments and had a lot of success playing the exact same 75 that I've been playing here. Ultimately, I think this build of Mono Red is a little bit faster than the others. I think it still sideboards reasonably well. And we are underway. 3 lands, Shock, Chain Whirler, Wizard's Lightning, Flame. It's not an ideal opening hand. I don't think I can afford to mulligan this here, however, so we're going to go ahead and keep it. Oh, there we go. Fanatical Firebrand. That's exactly what I need. I really need to get the 1 and 2 drop creatures to win this matchup, in addition to my lower end interaction with my spells. Because we just need to overload everything that our opponent draws. If he has a Thoughtbound Phantasm here. Ooh, that is aggressive. Getting the Spybug out here with that. We're going to go ahead and actually shock the Spybug because there's not many other things we want to use the shock on. In this matchup, the Thoughtbound Phantasm being the other key one, and he only has 1 copy of the Thoughtbound Phantasm in his main board. The other 3 are in his sideboard. So I feel pretty comfortable just going ahead and shocking here. He's got a Dimir Spybug again, which is a perfect time for Chainy Bro to come down. Does not have any 1 mana instant, which means we're not looking at Dazzling Lights, though I don't think he's not running that in this deck anyway. At this point, there's not a whole lot in his deck that can actually bail him out. The Blood Operative can be a little bit of a problem. He's going to exile a Shock from my graveyard, helping to disable future Lavamancers from my deck. We will just go ahead and take out the Blood Operative with a ping from Firebrand, which will ensure that he does not get to gain 3 life off of it. We'll go ahead and put him to 11. I'm planning to put him to 8 with Wizard's Lightning on his turn. I could prevent the risk of Counterspell, but again, he's only running 1 Sinister Sabotage main. And if he has something that I actually want to kill first, I want to make sure that I keep the option. The Spybug is not worth killing here, so we're just going to go to the face. Most likely he'll use the Spybug to chump anyway. This is a good situation. We only have 1 instant in the yard. We'll hold Lava Runner till after combat. Just as a little bit of a bluff, though I don't think it makes much of a difference. I'm more than willing to throw away a land, especially with 5 lands already in play. Not chumping with the Spybug. That's a questionable decision on our opponent's part, just because your life total is very quickly under pressure against this build of mono red. At this point, I'm not sure what he can even play in his main board that gets him anywhere close to getting out of this. Thought Erasure is one of the cards that I'm a little bit worried about in the later games, but my goal is just to vomit my hand on the board faster than it matters anyway, and just refill with the virtual card advantage gained from Frenzy, Risk Factor, and Flame. Spybug will now be 2/2. And even 3/3. But Chain Whirler still has First Strike, so he can't effectively hold off even the Chain Whirler alone, let alone the Lava Runner. He does get it out of shock range. He can't put Blood Operative back in his hand. His life totals are just under too much pressure. So I feel comfortably ahead here. Pyromancer and Steamkin. We're gonna do this. He probably has to block the Chain Whirler, which will let us get 1 point through. Pyromancer comes down on the turn of Flame of Keld. Let's just do that. He's already played 2 Thought Erasure. I'm not expecting another Thought Erasure. I'll just drop a Steamkin and a land and pass the turn. I want to hold the Pyromancer for the kill just in case anything wonky goes on. Though I don't think he has anything that can hurt me here. Yep, that's fine. Checks proof, and Pyromancer gets the kill. That went just about the way we wanted it to. Completed the stylish Pyromancer kill. I'll take a quick peek in the sideboard, but I honestly think I'm pre-boarded there. Let me go ahead and open up. Let's look at our sideboard here. Lava Coil's not coming in, Fire's not coming in. You can see, I don't think there's anything that's really coming in here. There's just nothing here that I really think makes a major impact against this deck that we're not already playing. Especially because usually what we like to trim are some of these 1-drops, maybe some of the 2-drops, when we need to sideboard. So I think we're just going to go ahead and leave Cascade perfectly in place. Let's remember that some of our biggest problems in this matchup are coming in out of the sideboard. Alright. Let's take a quick quick peek at his sideboard again. 3 Discovery, 3 Disinformation, 3 Thoughtbound Phantasm, 3 Sinister, 2 Murder, Twilight. This is one of the closest things to a keepable hand with only 1 land. I almost could keep this with only 1 land, but I don't think I will. I think I'll throw it back, and I got rewarded for the mulligan decision there. 4th land can go to the bottom for now. Go ahead and put Firebrand into play and attack. That is about as good of a start as we can get. I would like to completely empty my hand next turn if possible. We don't have a second instant or sorcery that we can play right now to give Lava Runner haste anyway. That's fine. I'm going to Lightning Bolt the Night Veil Sprite just to ensure clean attacks keep coming through. Doesn't have 1 toughness. Perfect. We're emptying our hand 1 turn before Flame of Keld comes down. The Thought Erasure is still a potential problem here. If he has Thought Erasure, we lose Flame of Keld, but he eats 5 and goes to 10 if he Thought Erasures this turn. So we're going to assume that he doesn't really want to have Thought Erasure right now. Cast down for the Chain Whirler, that is completely expected. Lava Runner, Flame of Keld, put him to 13, refill your hand on the next turn, and be completely discard proof. This is the value of just completely going under the Dimir Surveil deck. It's been one of my consistent best matchups on the ladder. I'm wondering in the 3rd round if I'll have a more even matchup, because my 2 matchups so far have been very, very slanted. 1 against me, 1 for me. Let's look here. Dimir Informant, 1/4. That power toughness is not friendly, but we can do a lot here. I'm going to try and bait out no block here. Going to try and bluff that I have a Lightning Bolt here. Yeah, he's not going to take the bluff. That's fine. I could risk factor and I would have gotten 1 extra point of damage in, but I think the surprise factor here might actually end up being a little bit better. So we're going to try that. And we're going to do the first risk factor on his end step, see if he's willing to go to 8. Pass to attackers. Does the Informant attack? Wouldn't expect it. Yeah, no. Pass to end of combat. On your end step, we're going to risk factor. That brings my Lava Runners to 2/2. This is the turn where Firebrand can ping for 3. And where Lava Runners can hit through Informant. So I have a lot of power potential for this turn. Firebrand will just knock off the Phantasm, and then I can comfortably hit through this. So let's go ahead and start with that. This is the exact time that I just want to get rid of Phantasm. Whisper Agent flashes in. We do get to Surveil 1. That's fine. In response to that, you're not going to get another counter on. You're going to be taking 3 damage. Let's risk factor right here. Actually, no. We're going to cancel the risk factor because we want to hit with the Lava Runners first. So we'll resolve that. Yeah, because we only have the 2 in there right now. So we actually do need to hit with the Lava Runners first. So we'll do that. Hit with the Lava Runners. I knew there was a reason I was holding off on the risk factor. Almost made a big mistake there. Informant goes down. Lava Runner's there. Now we risk factor. See what happens. I will go down to 1. The attack. I don't think he can afford to take 6, so he has to give me 3. fire that off, fire off a 4-point shot while we still can. Go ahead and pass the turnover. Bringing our lava runner back to a 2-2 while we're at it as well. Now we're currently 1 point short of lethal on our next turn, however that is a Doom Whisperer. Bit of a problem. Doom Whisperer, however, does give us huge bluff potential on one of our next turns. So we're going to start with the Chain Whirler. Chain Whirler gives us bluff potential. We can bluff a 3-power spell attacking into Doom Whisperer. If he has a second blocker, he's going to have to respect that. He might chump the Chain Whirler and block something else with the Doom Whisperer if he has enough blockers to make it matter. So let's see what he has this turn. He doesn't have any life gain, so he's close to dead anyway. He does not have any life gain. This shock can get pointed at Whisper Agent. In response to Thought Erasure, just shock the Whisper Agent. It's the exact right timing on that. Opens up the blocker, wastes the Thought Erasure. Still does get to Surveil 1. Yeah, Biashino, that ends the game. So let's just go to combat. Do the attacks. He has to block the Chain Whirler, take 2 from Lava Runner, take 2 from Pyro GG. And with that, we've cleared. Oh, that brings the current match to 2-0. And the tournament record to 1-1. So thanks for tuning in today, guys. And look forward to seeing you in round number 3. And we'll see if the next round goes any better, any worse, or if it's a little bit more even of a match. Thanks for watching.